Mamenchia na memo akwa banfa wombra afidie iso wadaroma bomodin se obe like me video ama me no share nditiro no fa wadwenkyere bra na Dennis Miracle Aboagye ya wono oye communications director ya nei meka wono mo kasa ma Dr. Laji Mamodu Bawumia wono na oye titine nyina se wodi animo no de nsem bia to dwabra okopie mu ewo obi twumadi so ne nsem a waka nyina ne se enne wohwe ba bia economy no ababedro no dia na chesampa ya hwe asia ne sa na wono mpo no onya rehyiamu ebra NDC aban ba so foforo na wo hwe se de niam sha asia na ekoyie kakra dollar eba form inflation eba form se de yesi de nya hoden ne niam betoto yie no onya rehyiamu se bia oman no ebekoyie pa se na NDC aban aka koye se yensa ene etwa ne ano na ye wie se wo man no sebi foto ya bo ato ho no mo no eno na NDC aban wafa ya wode esa echinchichimu a te said yakonyi sika bi afri baabi nene ya se bi ebotomu eye empty no ye nya bi mfa mpia no amane ma hyase ye de se petrol yentumi ento wonom kire se yen gold reservoir NPP aban baye obe page mu free 8 tons e de ko 30 something tons no ene ne si ba ma betam fa aton ade aka no krampo no adane ehuntahunu omunya ya nko mefa ton Bank of Ghana dan ya tesi yesinka omunya ya nko meton free se omani ni sika ene yakosi dan fefefe ede asi ho ene nsem bebre no a na Dennis Miracle Aboagye ne ono de sebe obi ntimi nkyere ne nsem obi nkasa ma no nene oni NDC ni dihye bi kopie ho no no aka se onu ne ho so oni Dennis hia yenko na yenko tie nkoma twehwe ne bibire ekoso na obi mpo ne ho kora dwire no Asempa FM ho yenhwe na yentie nkoma ne bodaroma like video yi mame nyame hira opa
omedwa obi teacher for nurse for no mkoya line to abama on upuyi wuti efa o land cruise mu ewo mu school ni mu shomo bosa oba obey automatic posting in fact one of the teacher nursing students grabbed a microphone patch our apologize across over to abeti 2016 you remember that video? Yeah. What about 1 year more was why are there also obi here when you disaggregate the Ghanaian today, that is when the NDC will see their smoothness level. Me ma kwa isi say fa ma ko catch a trotro driver or what tip toll lane and say then our man then I catch no makola woman or turn tomatoes mama kwa catch na dia ba kwa our man then I man ka
menga oh man
obi
yamfa desel bu anko do 23 or chroma.
Okay, that's fine. Obi what's the woman what's the NDC for when na make say ya on Tony Bono o kasa say ya we say trotro da baby o tie bia we the boy
but they know it
when dey dia obi no dey no dey boy for no o ya we onye sebe o jimi for o ya we say wo okoto abama wa obai na desel ni 23 na you 14.9 onimu it will be the radio so bisa say then na wire man okasa say ya can you stop this obisa say then na wire man okache ne say one fa diesel anko 20 wumbu no because time na okoye lie ato abama no na diesel ni 23 anko be onimu akọ be fa so be take a decision. The guys voted for you when diesel was 14.9 oba how they akọ 15 obisa wa kra me fa anko 23 oba na 23. What kind of disrespect is this? What kind of disrespect is this? Obi, what kind of disrespect is this? And you been a year, you might feel 23 bar 14 a mile. Tell me, what they call 9, what's they call 15? No. Tell me, what they call 9, what they about 15? No. Then the panel bisa when June. We bisa said then a wire man as structure whatever was 7 23. What they call 15? Over 14. No. Until you feel no nim nyansa. O nim say na 14 na obeto ye. And you no to. Me bisa o say ma me na ne ba. No what level 200 no die vandi no dia na wire mana dia na be ka che no no to 62 or to 78 same stress na auto electricity 1000 friends 1000 cedis a year no and auto 1240 into bisa say dia na wire mana dia na be ka che no. Those are the things that we are more expected so be come one be kasa ni mana betra now na CPP say na PPP say na BPP say you annoy the people. You annoy them. You become very annoying. He said, in so fire. Now, my ministers are cutting a party as a award. When cocoa farmers have not been paid for 9 months, when teachers have worked for 15 months, they've not been paid. Unemployment, Accra 50%. In the last 12 months, unemployment increased by 17%. The young people are waiting for their 3 shifts. Makotina party as na modi award mamu ho na de ayi akra ne so obi omo amodi award no tie ne yi The only best regional minister no. Tama na Oji award no Labade no. Na nsuo e fa na region no. The only best performing male minister no. Tama na Oji award no. Na Galamsey. He's the worst performing when it comes to the management of Galamsey. Lance minister. Na penimfu a yedi oman ahye monsa. A yedi oman japade ahye monsa se monhwe so. Na makotua bribe 50,000 Ghana cedis. Any 25,000 Ghana cedis. Say yema mo abodin.
Allegedly,
no. Pesa white, omo boss. Omo bedebi. Enya lige omo boss no. Omo boss. And kamena make kan kabek say alleged. We the omo boss. CEO so omo boss na pesa white.
Because organizers since what be denies.
Pesa white say ono oya we ono no hwe omo so. Mpedifo a ye de oman ahye mo nsa wo. Se mo hwe so man yen. Isu o mene yen. Me no ka say isu mu na Ghana fo bebre yem hyehye omo. Obi free 90 friend say 90 kojo ho me say fi be 90 sirimu de ye be de dance say aban bia ba yenya flooding. It's become a perennial problem, but there is a reason why aban we in particular mo ba na flooding situation no devastating, and I will explain to you. Okay, June 3rd 2015.
Yeah, 2015. Sure.
We see Obi the eti aban we be bia ye devastating say omo ye lazy, omo kasa dodo, omo nye adwuma underbo omo kasa sa omo nye adwuma bia. And you see, Opa kwahwe Rollins crowd the okay say no ahye gotem titimu. Na kwahwe kofo, na kwahwe Tamils. You realize that there's a certain pattern. The governments always prepare. They'll be doing dredging, ombe desilting, omo year public education, omo announce flashpoints, any red zones, omo year sign. Not to say flooding will not come, but a reducing impact on. But the entire Ambrebia some mampeni when you are buying way was to be a devastating. In the past 1 week, Nipa by 4 as a nebu, and then by 3 as a nebu. The reason why it happens under them like that is because Obi, Omo Yedu, maybe almost Nasa, Omanisu Beton, so not to a certain form of phenomenon. Yenu Krumwa, and Omofa helicopter Nansen Grahan as Omo anti-flood task force, led by the deputy chief of staff.
Yes.
What's it? Mami, one video, one picture. Tama insu start to say eto. Ah, we who say anti-flood task force on what bontention Ghana for. One. In fact, I'm call around the years I reckon. Give me one report. And I said one presentation. I'm more mind and say, oh, after all the reconnaissance, this is the roadmap. Short-term strategy, medium-term strategy, long-term strategy. One. They have no respect for the people. Opa bisani sisi ya se flood Akufo-Addo so fa eno kwa inso offend nipa 2026 ubisa wo maka se Akufo-Addo untu akoko ekuafoka ubisa no se Akufo-Addo teacher for unto me from Akufo-Addo. It is aban na oba no obi aban is so weak, so lousy to the extent say unhu nti hu ne nan hwe omo ba ba mu na niema. In fact as at December last year ubisa mbibia dollar bafem fuel abafem, inflation abafem. I don't want just a baby abafebia. Once I've done Mugusu yin film marco, if I fed the fuel on my year from Monkabium. Afiaka two no crowns $1 no soko. Until you almost come up the mon nebafem. Taka one. Yakoya nearby. I see a market time. I see a market time under this government. Omo de yako run say no de abesi fakon. Omo de yako run say no de abesi fakon. And everybody is confused. In fact, Obi, there is no clarity as to where this government is taking the country. Bisa education for say, teacher for say, mo plan a buy way vision for education ye. At least Obi Abeja to me say in the previous government there was a clear-cut strategy to deal with second cycle education. Obi Mbwa. There was a clear cut. The free SHS, the infrastructure intervention in there, it was clear. Health. At least under the previous government, at least what we have about 60 hospitals. 60 hospitals a year under the previous government. 60 hospitals a year. 31 of them we started from scratch and completed. Almost one hospital almost see Western region. Almost 30 see Western region maybe one. Almost one Ashanti region. Obi, when COVID struck, the government realized say, we've identified a gap at the district level. 88 districts did not have health facilities. So this government set out to build 111 hospitals. That includes the 88 district hospitals and other regional and tertiary hospitals. At least there was some clarity. Said this is what the government is trying to do. Major intervention in the health sector. What is their plan? Obi, do you have clarity? What is the strategy?
On health?
Yes. There are serious issues. Over here, who promise young people of this country, and I will see the problem we war in this one. Say, sabi. Say Ghana for you, Jimmy. Sabi, enti omuka asem na omfi say the omom beka te say na meka was 23 no wakatum ofi say Ghana for Jimmy nti no ma giatum obi o promise young Ghanaian students say wo ba omo brands omo to menya access to university nti to be bum kran to me nko e stressful into be yi stress in fi ho. That was the promise. One can say on first stress mu wie na tenity ye no to be first stress no be school na wetu aneka. It's not the same promise. So obi, the problem is not about interest too. The problem is that there are still hundreds of thousands of young Ghanaians went to Bianco school in the last 2 academic years because they couldn't find the money to enter for you to even refund. That is the reality. That is what we are talking about. That was not the promise you gave them. O catch the Ghana for clear. What's so bad? Ebimbe konopa. No more point year 2. Nebi mako 2. No more point 6. Nebi mako 6. No more point the next morning. Obi, was that not the promise? Were you not here when me any fellows kwacho for so honorable? Debate. In fact, our debate was one of the most flagship videos and on 24-hour economy. I may catch and say, a push and pull situation, demand and supply. What to mean for 2 and see a beating gadgets could be almost one bay. Were you not here? Our guy say, Lakeside crowd watch it, we are better watch another. Omo catch and say, public institutions from best starting. On back on no more point, no more point. They would triple their workforce in the public sector. Omo chairman kai say, a friend is saying, Techiman Council of Organizer, and I do 3 obey Juma. On my penny at the manifesto launch, a kind say, Boomerang. He mentioned disco, Boomerang, Yawahi, on the Banopa, no more po a friend is say, Ebumako Via, into area 11 crown, net disco airbo, he opened his mouth and said it. When I'll catch a to Abama. Obi, have you even seen anything? Anything at all? Madam in case of is here. Have you seen anything? One thing that you say, Ghana ha, ye baba ye 133 woman we.
So about launch policy documents.
Show me where in the policy. Show me where in the policy. Show me where in the policy. Show me where in the authority in that act. That point act no. Can be a point to say there's going to be a 133 shift job in this country. One, would be able to show me? I'll leave the rest of the time for him. Why do we do that to the people? Why? I didn't hear treaty or man for me to me akosala to Obama yensa. I didn't hear him, sir. Why do we do that to the people? Why? The people are suffering. Obi, inflation is at 3, and yet the cost of living is quadrupling. Dollar was 12, and yet the cost of living is quadrupling. Obi, and then from the middle sector all the way to the northern sector, the economy is collapsing there. Because they are agrarian. The local agric industry, I'm sure you are aware. Syria is the mainstay. So you are aware. Konof. Even the inputs for this crop season, because the finance minister and the agric minister are fighting. Agric minister, they say, finance minister are infantile propagandists. Agric minister, or say finance minister are infantile propagandists. Now, chantro. Si kese so the man no the year juma ne sebi agri sector no on that finance minister tenaso obi agric minister of agric ministry release no mo ya na najo no ube say when the finance minister was releasing their evidence there was a buffer stock line and that somebody released 200 and something thousand
200 million
obi let me tell you, so that 200 million is money released to buy feeding way for secondary schools what's a buffer stock national reserve. Oh, yeah. No more school feeding there, no. And you know why that was there? That money didn't go to the Greek ministry. School feeding, secondary school feeding. This time, get fund it here, and then get fund. See you, no. Nanka, under education, no. On the education minister, no krankasa.
That's an allegation.
No. It is public. It is public information. Any allegation is public information.
I have not seen that.
Oh, to the extent, as we speak. Or no, get from finance and CEO. He hasn't been to the education ministry for weeks or reported to finance ministry. Gold board. It was under land ministry. We're here for land ministry or the finance ministry.
So, PMMC and they want the land.
Nasa gold board. PMMC
there. Gold board. PMMC defunct. Gold board is a new creation.
And I'm saying now we're here for what they call finance.
So in the new act, more under finance.
Friend is saying cocoa board. no agric what a year for finance Senate no was it was under labor and employment
and now do not the agric.
Yes.
Before now do no wonder.
And yes, Tokwa on Eriko Poku one call him free because Eriko Poku has always been the champion of cocoa for the NDC. Meboa. In opposition,
so ranking on cocoa, agric and cocoa affairs.
And see about the saying and Nipano no you're ranking on agric and cocoa affairs on the agric minister. But watch you free. That thing was there already. I know you free ho. Senate. We ye free ho. If we labor at the court, if it's a finance. We use Senate if employment and labor. Then I come on. So ministry then I come. BPI or no. Obi, if you want evidence of how bad the economy is being run, and the engineer is better conform budget 2025. Every ministry is complaining. The minister is basically holding on to everything. And the people are the ones bearing the brunt and suffering. And then mobile transport fare and 90 cities from Accra to Kumasi, and I'm 120. Was why are the months in Mount? It is to swamp pass honorable MPTA. Sector bay, nipa bay na wagana ha, teacher niyo, nurse niyo, friend is saying, driver, why, one over to my head and you mark the about buying way by, would you want to me in a minute about 18 months? No, it would be 18 months when you are there about who cram a gun for Tom. 18 months in Obi, 18 months in a 1 year be back who cry, would you for the yate, a kufa the cathedral, or you say yate, it's near Tutiano. Who buy you? Who now will say, who buy then away? 18 months. What is your record in 18 months? Tell the people. Mention the sector and tell them what you have done for them. Mention the sector and tell them what. Only propaganda influencer. Among throwing propaganda, we see change. Omuni bibi akabium. So we try and trust that 23 cities. No, we influencer. Omu to be calculated say inflation go to 254. We influencer. Che obi. See we are not autopilot too. A autopilot na ye one inti and a fool. All of a sudden, one war Iran within weeks, a movie called 15. I join him. Everyone saw my manage economy ni year and nothing a fool about feminine. A banesena will be couldn't talk about Iran, a tuma fool cosro. Most of one year and a fool about them. Everybody knew that before you came to office, the international crude prices were already heading downwards. And that crude, friend is saying, oil prices were coming down. Everybody knew that. But mobile and now they are not mobile and echo in a modify. Ebane saying, and economy you are in charge. Economy you have control over it. Economy are more strategies na amani ameni na akofem no. Ebane saying, and all of a sudden, full. Ajinsem apabe bia mo be free no. You know, we say engineer ma menum say ebisa say it's say and your crack say ye. But you see how can is our na when you be ambo. You see engineer here ambo. Senior system na enkoyi na lawyer koyi mo. And when I be so petrol Tom say saying it's saying
electricity based on the
economy no. Economy minimum. Economy kra.
Economy is realistically the trump card of this government.
Paper so. Opa si abontin say wo kokko memre ha.
Yes.
Ko tip to lane ko bi so na hwe say what they will tell you. Economy na nene dey. Paper so. This is the only government or what sexy macroeconomic indicators. And so be enkoye. Now, when you say akwase abesi be e wo.
Adentia.
Economy o kai sa ban we ba first me bet na ka kire wo say me akra me acknowledge say the way almost association niema na is kono because niema ye nim say o my way e boa affect ye fu omboa exchange rate yeah. So what inflation or effect no
the effect
inflation there no is not an end,
a number
it's just the means. So I just and we're all excited, you know. I don't know just say I feel all of a sudden I bet just a minute as you say a name no can say me electricity and return in 2024 akosro times akosro by 24% than senior at year in the past. Me insu ako 15% more than senior net year in the past. So I just say school fees and then collect 1,600 and yet you are 2,735. These are real figures. We will know numbers kiko. Crofo brabo munsem. And no, you cannot run away from it. So you can't run away from it. Inti and I mean the be me kasa the be me catch say abani de ye be tuno. But enye omufelu na be me tuno. See you do 2028 now. There's going to be a conversation between the NDC candidates and the MPP candidates. Mpempenso na on mine wono. Mumien no why no wo adwenya any nimdia between the abode e won ho ban na de aka no tum de bi account. That is how the elections will be won. It has nothing to do with the failure of the NDC. Until I'm not expecting the NDC to fail. Until Sanse mo no me can see me can say NDC no on be CC ni ama tenetere ni ama. Me can say because obi me can say me kuko efu on fra no.
Yes.
I just want to go in front no. Koko me village na kasa na ye mfra no ba bia koko efu na kasa we fa na dwabo e wo enuma pepe echi okoho the economy is dead because cocoa farmers they have not been paid since 2025 October. Cocoa farmers in this country are owed in excess of no, but see they are owed in excess of 6.5 billion. Remember say it was about 11 billion.
Yes.
Until you 50% ibu. And as 50% in the cry and you will be an answer will be 100% of the sick will be crying. Since October 2025. Unprecedented. How are they supposed to survive? So these people, you don't gaslight them and come and give them numbers on paper. And then you come and tell them, say, no, that first net is saying. First, they don't care about that. You go for no retirement. Why you are about my buying for to bring prosperity to the people. We must get them to work.
Yeah, but I was say also remind them of my record.
It doesn't matter. We having at the moment some to Obama.
Okay.
Make Kenya magase to Obama. Debbie, Yandru way. E come the nipa was about war. E come the nipa was say all remind you of MPP. Now remind them enti obi wo fase no wo second year no. All reminding say na MPP abre so net say ono if no be. And now school fees are no 2,600 so 2,600. Enti all reminding MPP if no be. Wo bande na ka kire no. Wo ka kire say MPP de no mo ye na na meye nkometo wo ma. Hwe kokoko ya for ka kire so mo 6,500 Ghana cedis. At the time, ana MPP more 3,200. At the time, ana finance minister, a ranking member of finance. Agric minister, a ranking member of agric. They had more knowledge about the cocoa sector and the economy than every other person. In spite of their knowledge of the situation at Cocoa Board, they still said it's almost 6,500. To the extent that
based on the circumstances then.
Yeah, but they
at the time.
But they insisted. So okay, say your friend is saying obey finance minister can vet and Krombisa no Sankai.
Yes.
And sometimes what was the difference? Go and check the figures. Tell me the difference in circumstance between January 2025 and June 2025. So what is here? Cocoa Board debt, no, between January and June, no, a bit count. Because you are blaming the debt. So that democracy is here. So people are suffering. And there will be a poor Juma 5 o'clock. Or better if you may 1 a.m. because of transport crisis. Now, last week Wednesday,
government responded with new buses for Metro Man.
Last week Wednesday, which is new, latest.
Yes.
Join News. Omo posti video 10 p.m. Circle Uncle Foguso airline time no bedu fie. Obi, there are serious. You see these things. It's very annoying, very very annoying when people in government always come and tell you na MPP want the MPP. Obi be meti me MPP ni. But honestly, you do 2020. I don't care about MPP. I want you to fix the problems. Fix it. Into be just about to for best ones when we are actually suffering, like we are hungry. Obi a come den crowd here who promise teacher for automatic posting. 1 year mom, Omubisa was MPP for JB. What do they care about that? They knew MPP was in office. And they knew say MPP and to me and automatic posting a moment to about. Mention one promise a buy way, sa frakadam a buy way. But promise ba come buy on my for fairly.
Oh.
Where?
The president promised, said he would tackle the economic malaise and he woman turn around the fortunes of the economy. He's done that. At least the figures show say he's done that.
You see, that is where the problem is. And you bear me witness. From day one, I told you as early as June 2025, said this is the only government running a contradictory economic system. Okay, inflation is coffee. And so cost of living rising. You remember I told you?
Yes.
Now saying your research desk, Joy, research be, and they realize say what is actually driving the inflation down. And impacted directly on a lot of the ordinary people. In fact, the cost of food has risen more than every other thing. And you know, say inflation in a basket.
Yes.
And they weight it. And the question you should be asking yourself is what we should be doing now is what the Joy News team did. Disaggregating the things in the basket to check whether indeed Niamana drive inflation down, or Niamana affecting Ghanaian people now. That is not the case. Obi here, what the finance minister is doing, every economic management person can do it if they want to achieve sexy numbers like this. Mop up liquidity, sweep money from people's pockets. Spending. When you are not spending, inflation would go down because inflation is demand and supply, competitiveness, and the inflation is the cost. It is a finance minister and just kind of think of like it's not to go and check their budget. 2025 budget, they barely spend 30% of their budgetary allocation for infrastructure. You're not spending. Obi, if you don't spend, inflation will go down. That is the truth. But so one spend it.
But they are spending this year.
Wait. Won't they say first quarter? We're saying planned budget in ad. That's you. Won't you go and won't you? They won't kayana.
No. I've heard Oman can say budget.
No, me say go and look at the figures. If you want to understand these things, and say we won't debate in vagueness.
No, I've seen the figures.
Yes, and what does it tell you? What does it tell you?
Figures say they've not spent.
No, but majority of it is sitting down. Go and look at the figures. You go and look at it.
2.4 billion, and it's because of revenue shortfall.
Now, then what does that mean?
So 2.4 cannot be.
No, I'm just saying. So what does that mean to you? Okay, was a big push. Okay, Obi, what is the impact of big push in the last 8-9 months? Big push is a long-term investment. Road infrastructure, a long-term economic investment. Road infrastructure, a long-term economic investment. Inti, what is the short-term plan? Which government didn't construct road? Abayin now constructing road. Abayin now baswa 1 year kwanye ewo my way mu. As we speak, Obi,